Hello there and welcome to this week's media news with me, Gareth O'Connor. I'm going to kick things off this week with something that's not really media related at all, but I find it quite interesting. Introducing the world's fastest computer. The $100 million Titan sees the #1 supercomputer ranking in the world with a performance record of 17.59 petaflops per second. What does it even mean? Here's what it looks like, mightily impressive. But basically, petaflops, we're talking quadrillions of calculations every single solitary second, which is quite impressive. Interesting stat for you, if you're still interested. In 1961, the approximate cost to process one petaflop would have cost 1.1 trillion US dollars. It's quite something. If you took the rate of inflation into account, now it would be 8.3 trillion in today's money. Thankfully, though, in today's money, it's actually 75 cents to process the same amount, which is quite interesting. Here's something else that's not media related. Don't switch off, because this is quite interesting. And it's very cool, I think. Dutch artist Bernard Smild, which I hope I pronounced correctly, has developed a way to create clouds indoors. And he's done this by carefully regulating this room's humidity, temperature, and light. But that is awesome. There's another picture. That is super cool. Gaming. Bigger than film. And gaming, the gaming audience now is vast. It's huge. Everybody's gaming when you think of mobile. And the fact that everyone plays Angry Birds. But it got to the point now where, of course, you've got to think of those people who started when gaming begun. Back in the, well, when it really took off. When you obviously had Space Invaders and Asteroid and all sorts of things. When it really took off, all those people, you know, maybe 15, but they might all be 35, 40 now, and they've continually played games, but gaming is massive. To put it into context, Bond, Skyfall, smashed all UK records at the box office, and in the US it generated 90 million in its opening weekend, which again, massive. This fellow, who you may or may not recognize, this fellow is from Halo, the Halo game franchise. And Halo 4... it just brought in 220 million US dollars on its first day of release. And it passed 300 million within 5 days. Which is amazing, but it goes to show the power of gaming. And brands, of course, can now start to be involved in gaming, particularly when you look at things like Grand Theft Auto and, of course, online social gaming. There's lots of opportunity here for brands if done properly. But a franchise for Halo now has brought in 3.38, so almost $3.4 billion. Which is amazing. And he almost getting a year mobile. I thought PCs were dead. I thought they were dying, but no, they're not. Lenovo reported a record $8.7 billion worth of sales, 11% year-on-year increase. Who's buying desktops? Because I would have thought to myself that you might be places like India and China, but really mobile is what's really going in India because, you know, people can take that with them. It's obviously cheaper to get into mobile devices. But yeah, 11% increase year on year. On the mobile front though, m-commerce sales are likely to surpass 5 billion Australian dollars this year. And of course this is buoyed by the rapid uptake of smartphones and tablets in the country. But PayPal have said, yeah, they reckon, I mean, the crazy thing here really is, of course, that more people obviously spending on mobile, but in 2010, only $155 million was generated through mobile commerce. This year, yep, 5.6 billion by the end of this year. That is a huge, staggering increase. Mainly this is, of course, another thing, by the end of this year, 64% of Australians will own a smartphone, which is huge, and that's compared to 51% last year, so good rise, 13 points. And here in NZ, I think it is going to surpass 50% this year, particularly when you look at the offers that likes of 2 Degrees, Vodafone will be bringing out over the Christmas period. Smartphones, to get a decent smartphone, you're looking around $100 to $150. And then looking at tablets across the ditch, 39% of people now have a tablet. And like I said here a couple of weeks ago, 500,000 Kiwis now have access to a tablet. That's a rich territory for brands to start tapping into. And you can purchase direct from the device. UK researchers predicted that mobile commerce is going to rise 500% in the next 5 years. 500%. If any business can say to you that I'm going to increase my business 500% over the next 5 years, people are like, whoa, that's brilliant news. If you get into mobile, you might be able to increase your business. And for those of you out there who are not getting into mobile, give us a call. We can help. Verdict Research said it was going to rise from 900 people. The average shopper is going to spend £905 in the UK via mobile. That's the average shopper will spend nearly £1,000 a year. 243% increase. It's quite something. Obviously, Amazon and eBay are among the most prominent e-commerce retailers as their optimized websites and apps expand into online shopping experience, enabling users to access, use, and remain updated anywhere, says Matthew Rubin. He also went on to say the channel, as in mobile, is essential for all retailers with ambitions of long-term growth. However, evolving technology and the blurring lines between devices means innovation and adaptation is essential to stay ahead of the curve. I've said it millions of times before, but if you're not thinking of mobile, please start thinking about it. Other signs is coming. American Express have just linked all the new cars to mobile devices. You don't have to do this, but you can now link your Amex to your mobile device. You can also link your Amex to Facebook, Twitter, and Foursquare so that offers can be sent to your phone, and then you can go and make purchases with your phone, which is linked to your Amex. It's great. It's the way it should be done. But of course, for businesses, it's a wonderful opportunity to reach people in the vicinity with relevant offers, getting them into your store, or buying direct from their mobile device. Visa and MasterCard are also heating up and spending a lot of money to get the mobile wallets up and running, as are Google. Pretty much everyone is. But of course, Visa is a big player, followed by MasterCard. But they're now starting to make big plays in mobile, and of course they have to. They're processing trillions of dollars worth of transactions all the time, and mobile is where things are going to be going. Interestingly, Orbit's a hotel chain. Now 20% of all of their bookings are now through mobile. Worthwhile thinking about that, all you travel operators and airlines out there. Showrooming is also booming, and it's going to continue to rise. But this is interesting. For retailers, you really need to pay note. Showrooming, of course, is where customers go into a store, bricks and mortar, feel products, test products, try products on even, and then they compare prices on their smartphone and then buy online. It takes away the problem of buying something online without trying it on first. But it gets to the point now where stores here in NZ are charging people to try things on because they know that people are doing this. But of course, why wouldn't you as a consumer? You want to try things on, you want to see how it looks on you, you want to see how it feels, and then you want to get the best deal. So you need to wake up, retailers. But when you think that $1.7 billion worth of retail money could be lost by retailers because of this, that is huge. IDC is estimated that roughly 48 million shoppers, or 1 in 5 US adults, would engage in showroom between Thanksgiving and Christmas. 20%. It's predicted, yeah, like I said, this Christmas holiday in the US, retailers will lose between $700 million and $1.7 billion because of this. But hey, consumers want a good deal. Benefits of NFC.
Bye, girls. Love you.
Daddy, you made you a video for your trip. Yeah, watch it on the airplane.
Okay.
Here you go.
Aw, thanks, girls.
Yeah. Hey, I also made you a video.
Aw, that's so sweet.
You probably shouldn't watch it on the plane. Say bye to Daddy!
NFC. Possibilities are good. None of the iPhone 5 doesn't even have NFC, which is mad. But it's something that's coming. Think of mobile wallets. It's easy to use. Businesses are on Pinterest. Yes, indeed they are. Are you? Well, Pinterest, very much like Facebook, have now launched business pages. Which of course, you know, and of course, they're obviously offering case studies and help and advice on how to set up your business page. But Pinterest, of course, is a great way for you to show your range, show things that you're interested in, show things that tick your boxes, float your boat, all that sort of thing. Good environment for that. Speaking of Pinterest, a US developer has built a Pinterest-inspired neighborhood. Yes, indeed. Here's a house. But why? Well, they've been able to identify what consumers like, what they're passionate about, what they desire, what they want, and they've made houses to fit the bill. So many pages on Pinterest are about houses and what people want their decor to look like and technology and all that sort of thing. They built houses accordingly. Rob Swartz, creative president of TBWA, saw the future of advertising. Today he said, but it was last week. He spoke about Project Glass by Google, which I've shown, and also Mobile Medic, Australian Defence Force, which I've also shown in past media newses. And he also spoke about this.
Are we on? Okay, cool. Hi, I'm Ryan from Cute Circuit. We make interactive clothing, Gowns that light up red carpets, shirts that hug you via text. Valentine's approached us to work in partnership with them on creating a new way to leave an impression. The idea is to innovate the t-shirt, the original canvas of personal expression, by connecting it to the internet. It's called T-Shirt OS. The first wearable, shareable, programmable t-shirt, 100% cotton platform for digital creativity. The t-shirt has always been about leaving an impression, a creative canvas, the status update before the status update existed. The original like button. Our goal is to develop the world's first commercially available digital t-shirt, put it in your hands and over your bodies so you can go out there and leave an impression. If we can do it, would you want one? It's loaded with apps and tools. As big an LED screen as we can get. Camera, microphone, accelerometer, and sound. All controlled from a big brain in the phone. Via a small brain in the t-shirt. Connect that to the internet, and we have T-Shirt OS. So let's think of some stuff to do. Start simple. Connect the t-shirt to Twitter, display tweets. Your tweets, other tweets, hashtag tweets. Fun, dangerous, potentially embarrassing. Share tracks, covers, playlists, dance to the beat. Or give your t-shirt free rein to take photos and post them straight to your Instagram feed. T-Shirt OS is a platform for you to express yourself. This is what the tech can do. The story it tells is up to you. Which brings us back to that question, would you want one? This is a prototype, a one-off, so it costs quite a bit. But if enough of you want it, then we can make it for less. It's a demand-supply bulk buy type thing. So how do you register interest? Share this film, tell your friends. We'll watch the numbers and follow the tweets. Cute Circuit and Valentine's believe in the power of creativity. How would you leave an impression with T-Shirt OS? We'll be back soon with some product tests, so watch this space. But for now, it's goodbye from me, and goodbye from him. It's Ryan.
Kind of interesting. But it goes to show me, I don't know if that's really going to be the future of advertising, but it's certainly integrating brands across multiple platforms, particularly utilizing digital, but it allows brands to offer far richer experiences. And of course, allows them to connect far deeper with consumers, particularly when you can start, link playlists of things, video content. The brand can obviously push content that is relevant to the brand. Of course, then you can start to incorporate Pinterest and start to push what interests you, what drives you, what motivates you. It allows brands to deliver a far richer experience. Paid content is another way brands can deliver a richer experience. It's set to boom in Europe. Another good sign that consumers are happy to pay for content if it is good. Stands to reason, right? Paywalls are going gangbusters. But annual revenues from paid content across Western Europe's biggest markets will increase by more than half during the next 5 years, topping 10 billion. Pretty big. The growth in Western European buying content shows us that audience want and value content. It's always the way, right? It's the same thing for brands. If a brand can make good content that consumers want and value, it's a great way to shift nearly every brand measure. Marketers, of course, can ensure their brand gains presence by developing content capabilities. It's worth thinking about. All the big brands in the world have content strategies. Spend a lot of money on content. Why? Because they can shift pretty much every brand measure. The power of good content. Red Bull currently tops the global charts for social video content. Red Bull, Google, and Nike are the other brands. So Red Bull, Google, Nike, Samsung, they're the brands who are kind of pushing this. Adidas is another one. And this chart, of course, was compiled before Stratos. Because Stratos, of course, they had 8 million live streams all at the same time. That's a brand. Crazy. But make engaging content. It's a great way to push every dial. But of course, you have to make sure that everything you do is worth talking about. From a brand point of view, from a marketing point of view, don't you want that? Don't you want people to talk about your brand? Anyhow, this is the last thing for me this week. You may have seen this already, but this would take 17 days to build. And a good use of the stars, a bit of fun. I know we've all seen these sorts of things a million times before, but this has now been watched millions of times. I think we're over 10 already. And if you're still watching, that piece of branded content just kept you engaged for 5 minutes. That's it from me. I'll see you next week.